Hey y'all, this past Sunday we began our More Than Words series, an exploration of some of the creeds found inside our very own Book of Confessions. This past Sunday we began talking about unity and more specifically the Nicene Creed. We read together in worship from Paul's letter to the Ephesians where he says to them, listen, you're not always going to agree with each other, but still remember that there is one Lord and one faith and one baptism, so don't let your differences split you apart. During the sermon, I shared a story about our kids wanting Chick-fil-A after church one Sunday, only to recognize that it was closed. And so that led to a conversation about how things have changed, how Sundays used to be a different kind of day, and how quickly the world can shift on us. It also got me thinking about the early church, when being a Christian was actually a dangerous thing. And then suddenly, when Constantine came to power, the laws changed and Christianity was legalized, and people started to argue about what exactly they believed and who Jesus really was. That's where the Nicene Creed comes in. This wasn't just some fancy church statement. Rather, it came out of real disagreement and real struggle. Bishops and church leaders from around the world gathered in Nicaea, some of them having suffered for the faith. They didn't see everything the same way, but in the end, they decided to stand together on the basics, on who Jesus is and what that means for the church. And here's why that matters now in 2025. We still don't all agree, whether it's on matters of faith or politics or sports, you name it. But the Nicene Creed is a reminder that unity doesn't mean pretending we're all the same or forcing agreement. It means being honest about what holds us together at the center and not letting our differences become the main thing. So for this week, here are a few things I'd invite you to try. When you say the creed this week, maybe go back and read it for yourself. Don't just let it fly by. Instead, take a minute. Ask yourself what you actually believe. What are the basics of faith that matter to you, and where do you have questions, knowing that all those questions are fine? Second, don't make agreement the test of community. Ask yourself, who do you tend to avoid because you don't see eye to eye? What would it look like to have a real conversation, not to argue with a person, but to better understand them? Third, try living out what you say you believe, because our confessions and our creeds are meaningless words on a page if they never show up in our day-to-day life. So this week, pick one place to be patient, one chance to be gentle, one opportunity to show love, especially when it's not easy. But most of all, remember, you are not alone. The faith we confess in the Nicene Creed is something Christians have been saying for 1,700 years, from across all different denominations and in every corner of the world. Remember that in this one Lord and one faith and one baptism, you're part of something far bigger. This coming Sunday, we're going to talk about the 1960s and, more important, the Confession of 1967. We'll see you on Sunday.